Hello, welcome to the 2010 through 2011 NFL regular season schedule week 3 picks. We'll start off with Tennessee at the Giants. To beat the Titans, the G-men will have to contain Chris Johnson and limit his effectiveness to short gains. And they'll have to run the ball themselves, and successfully doing so should open things up against Tennessee's number 1 ranked pass defense. At 12 o'clock on CBS, I'll say Giants 24, Titans 16. At 12 o'clock on CBS, it's Pittsburgh at Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh has leaned heavily on its defense while awaiting the return of Ben Roethlisberger, who will bring big play capability to the passing game, something that has been lacking with Dennis Dixon and Charlie Batch filling in. Batch gets the start but suffers an ankle injury when his foot gets tangled in Troy Polamalu's hair at halftime. Leftwich gets the save, tossing only 8 pitches, and the Pittsburgh defense dominates again. I'll say Pittsburgh 22-13. At 12 o'clock Central Time on CBS, it's Cincinnati at Carolina. The double trouble combination of Chad Ochocinco and T.O. have been very productive. The pair have combined for 313 receiving yards and a touchdown, and most importantly, seem to be focused and poised. First round pick, tight end Jermaine Gresham, has gotten off to a fast start and has already secured 9 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown. The product from Oklahoma boasts a very powerful, speedy game and creates mismatches through the middle of teams' defenses. The Bengals will look to secure another win Sunday afternoon in Charlotte and will look to make life difficult for quarterback Jimmy Clausen early and often. I'll say Cincinnati 26, Carolina 3. 12 o'clock Central Time on CBS, it's Cleveland at Baltimore. The Ravens have not allowed a touchdown yet this year, while facing better offenses on the road than the Browns. I would not be surprised if that streak is pushed to 3 games. The Ravens should come out mad about losing last week, and the D should be energized by the city hungry for its home opener. I'll say Ravens 30, Browns 6. At 12 o'clock Central Time on Fox, it's Dallas at Houston. The most impressive thing about Foster is how he has a feel for running behind this line. He is patient in the way he takes the ball, watches the blocks develop, and makes a cut through the hole. The one area the Cowboys cannot struggle is getting off blocks. The Texans like to stretch your defense out and then cut the backside. The Texans' O-line offense does a really nice job of staying on their feet front side and tying up the defenders, allowing their backs to make the reads. If the Cowboys' defense does not play with their hands and play secure, play square, they will be in for a long day. I'll say Houston 27, Dallas 19. At 12 o'clock Central Time on Fox, it's San Francisco at Kansas City. Known as a great motivator, Mike Singletary may have his toughest motivational task on hand in handling the 49ers after Monday night's painful 25-22 loss to the Saints, which dropped the Niners to 0-2. Our loss, it wasn't enough, but it should be against the Chiefs. I don't smell a rat, but I do smell a victory. It smells like napalm in the morning. San Francisco 19-13. At 12 o'clock Central Time on Fox, it's Detroit and Minnesota. Favre is the player to watch every week in the NFL in the sense that we know he'll always give us plenty to talk about. What he's given us to talk about so far is a couple of performances that have him wondering whether he made a mistake in deciding not to retire. But this time he's taken on the Lions D that should give him plenty of opportunities to make big plays. Lions rookie running back Jalen Best has been sensational in his first 2 games, but he can't carry the offense all by himself. Whether Sean Hill or Stafford is the quarterback, the Lions need to do a better job of getting the ball in their hands. Their most talented player, Calvin Johnson, but overall, it'll be Minnesota 24, Detroit 14. 12 o'clock Central Time on CBS, it is Buffalo at New England. After a frustrating loss to the division rival and loudmouth Jets, the Patriots are going to be looking for a bounce-back game in a big way. Suspect number 1 that will be primed for a big performance is the one and only Tom Brady. I expect Brady to get Moss, Welker, and Edelman going very on, leading them to a big day through the air. It doesn't even matter who's been the running back in the past 13 times the Bills have played New England, but it seems like every single trip they rip apart Buffalo's run defense. I expect the trend to continue. Patriots 38, Bills 13. At 12 o'clock Central Time on Fox, it's Atlanta at New Orleans. Breeze is able to pick apart the Atlanta defense and march down the field with ease. He is a very potent quarterback who has enjoyed nothing but success against Atlanta. The defense reverts to its 09 form and allows too many big plays in the air. The Dirty Birds have been prone to allowing one big play on the ground each of their first 2 games and can ill afford a repeat of that, or more on Sunday. Atlanta has dropped 3 straight to the Saints, but all 3 of those games have been decided by 8 points or less. It will be close, but I'll say Saints 30, Falcons 28. At 3:05 Central Time on Fox, it's the Redskins at the Rams. The Rams have yet to score more than 14 points. It could easily be what you call a field day for the Skins, or just another chance to be skinsy. Washington barely beat the Rams last year 9-7 and lost by 2 during the Rams' 2-14-08 season, or both with short yardage field goal situations bringing up the ladder, but whatever, we'll find out. I'll say Redskins 16, Rams 7. At 3:05 Central Time, it's Philadelphia at Jacksonville on Fox. I think Vic will throw for 3 touchdowns against the Jaguars' suspect pass defense, and the Eagles roll to a 27-17 victory. At 3:15 Central Time on CBS, it's Oakland at Arizona. The Raiders have not won back-to-back games since the 08 season, and QB Bruce Gronkowski, who rallied Oakland past St. Louis last week, will get the start this time around. Gronkowski drove the Raiders to 13 second-half points. Quarterback Derek Anderson could use another weapon behind him as he struggles to find his feet as the Cardinals starter. Anderson has completed only 54% of his passes and only has 1 touchdown. The Raiders are giving Gronkowski his first start of the season after he came off the bench to replace Jason Campbell. Part of Gronkowski's job will be to hand the ball to running back Darren McFadden, who has been one of the NFL's top rushers with 240 yards, including 145 last week against St. Louis. I'll say Oakland 38, Oakland 33, Arizona 28. At 3:15 Central Time on CBS, it's San Diego at Seattle. The Seahawks have a good history against the Chargers, having won 10 of the 13 games between the 2 teams, including 5 of 7 in Seattle. However, San Diego is on a roll against the NFC, having won 5 in succession dating back to last season. QB Philip Rivers is one of the most efficient passers in the game, but he'll be looking to improve on 3rd down conversions where the Chargers are just 8 for 23. QB Matt Hasselbeck already has thrown 4 interceptions, and that's slowed the Seahawks considerably. Part of that is due to having none of the running backs, Forsett, Jones, and Washington, step up to the command and tag on the ground. Seattle has only 186 yards on the ground through the first 2 weeks. I'll say San Diego 24, Seattle 22. At 3:15 Central Time, it's Indianapolis at Denver. Denver's Kyle Orton is perhaps the most surprising of the NFL's 6 players with at least 600 passing yards. He threw for 307 and 2 touchdowns against the Seahawks, including 1 to rookie Demaryius Thomas. A first-round pick out of G-Tech, Thomas had 8 catches for 97 yards during an impressive NFL debut after missing Denver's season-opening loss at Jacksonville with a foot injury. Orton was especially impressive on 3rd down last weekend, going 11 of 14 for 152 yards in both of his touchdowns. That one went to Royal, who ended a 20-game drought without scoring as he tries to put a disappointing 0-9 behind him. These shall be ways to help play for a fallen teammate Kenny McKinley. I'll say Broncos 28, Colts 25. At 7:20 Central Time on NBC, it's the Jets at the Dolphins. New York had a great postseason run, but its stellar defense last year, but one thing it couldn't do was beat Miami. The Dolphins won both meetings last season and now are 3-0, and against the number in the last 3 games between the 2 teams going back to 08. Henne had a breakout game last year against the Jets on Monday Night Football, and now he has receiver Brandon Marshall at his disposal and still has backs Brown and Williams in the backfield. Inside linebacker Dansby has earned his big free agent contract so far and is shockingly good in pass coverage. Miami 21, Jets 18. And then wrapping up Week 3 at 7:30 Eastern Time, no, 7:30 Central Time on ESPN, Green Bay at Chicago. Look for Rodgers to come out firing. The Packers will undoubtedly try and stretch the Bears secondary so Driver, Jennings, and company could have big days. Finley could be in for a bit of a slow day as he will have his hands full trying to shake off Urlacher and Briggs. As for the Packers' running attack, it wouldn't be surprising to see McCarthy go with another running back by committee approach that he went with against the Bills. Multiple doses of Jackson, Kuhn, and Nance could be enough to throw off a Bears run defense. Packers 21, Bears 17. No matter how good or bad these teams are, Packers-Bears games usually end up being slugfests. So that wraps up Week 3 of my picks, and now I must ask, who you got?